if you can, tell us how it wouldn't just take one poem in a collection, say, to honor her, but a whole collection unto itself.
I think because the more that I sat down with her and asked her about her life, the more I realized just how vast and incredible her life was. Um, and so it really, at that point, became impossible for me to just say one thing about her. It wasn't until I was an adult, like literally, a few years ago, that I started to consider my grandmother as this, multi-dimensional human being who had this incredible past, as well as the now that we were in. And because she was ill, there was this very scary future ahead of us.
Tell us about the title of this work, Thimbles. Where did that come from? And we've noticed that sewing is literally threaded all the way through this collection. So tell us about that.
Really, it's part of more of the homage to her legacy as a seamstress, which started when she was a child, and so it was really important to kind of keep that in throughout. And I had all these like crazy sketches and thimbles that I had sketches that I had made with thimbles as part of everything. Like, here's a thimble Christmas tree. Here's a thimble in a brain, like at the base of a brain. So I had all these like wild versions and ideas of how I was going to get the thimble really, sutured into the whole thing. And then, we also thank God for editors who say, whoa, we need to calm down. There's way too much here. And I had quotes of thimbles at the bottom of each page. And it was just like a lot. So it's definitely transformed itself from the beginning. But the thimble itself, what it is and what it does really is a really wonderful personification of Nona. Like, this protects, right?
Have you been able to work on other writing forms during this time of writing work? It must have been very hard on you emotionally as well.
I didn't know she was going to pass away during the writing of it. So when that happened, we were nearing the end of the editorial process, but there was time then to write that part out. And when that was done, I didn't write a poem for a very long time. I just couldn't do it. Any kind of poem, kid poem, haiku, I just couldn't do it. My heart was too busted, and I need my heart to write, which I learned very much during that process. So I didn't write for a long time after that. I get teary just thinking about it. And it was very hard to go back to writing poetry.
What else did you learn about yourself as a writer and your writing through this project? Because it was such a stretch.
I think my courage shifts. And what I mean by that is like what I have the courage to say and write about. When I look back at my first two poetry books, sometimes I go, oh my God, me, like, not what were you thinking? Because obviously I knew what I was thinking when I was writing it, but like some of the things I was writing about were just like so bold and just different parts of courage, like very clearly different me at those different times. I feel like this book is much more mature than those other two books. And so I learned that I can do that, that I can write without hiding behind humor or flash or vagina, although I got my vagina poem in here. You're welcome. That's important. So I think it's just different kinds of courage, and I'm always challenging myself to do that, to be brave in a different way. And can I be brave if I'm writing about someone else? Can I be brave if I do have an idea that I'm kicking around for a new collection, but it's not about me or anybody I know, and that terrifies me. I don't know if I can pull out the same kind of vulnerability if I'm writing about a person who I've never met before and never will. So I think definitely writing poetry has roots in courage. And for me, it's wanting to stay on top of that courage and moving with it as it flows.
you.